Our next speaker is Alberto Rodriguez from Honduras. Is that right? Come on up. And biologist, and he joined the Duwamish River Cleanup Coalition back in July of 2011, looking and coordinating toxic cleanups and restoration of habitat. So I believe that's it.
That's it.
Advance there, laser pointer there.
Thank you. So I feel like I'm preaching to the choir. See, Jim? Where are you? Jim? I was paying attention. I was paying attention. So yeah, since I'm preaching to the choir, I'm gonna take the liberty to say that we all know that everything in a watershed is interrelated, and that our Puget Sound watershed is not an exception. So you know, a lot of the pollution that gets into Puget Sound gets there via our creeks, our streams, and our rivers. And tonight, I'll be talking about Seattle's only river and what you can do to improve its health, and as a result, the health of Puget Sound and our oceans. So I have a picture here, and I want you guys to help me identify 4 features on that picture. What do you see there? Come on. Mount Rainier. Elliott Bay. The Duwamish River. Yes. Where is it? Is it over here? Is it over here? It's over here. You're smart people. So I have a better picture for you. It's actually a picture where you can actually see the waterway. You can see, how heavily industrialized Duwamish Valley is. And you can see downtown Seattle in the background, a little bit of Elliott Bay also. The Duwamish River, come on, almost 11 years ago was named a Superfund site by the Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA. And what that means is that's one of the most toxic sites in the nation. It actually has 42 different pollutants or chemicals that are above human and environmental standards. The 4 of main concern are arsenic, polychlorinated biphenyls or PCBs, dioxins and furans, and carcinogenic polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, or PAHs. As you might imagine, that affects the health of many animal species, including the human species, to the point in which it is not safe to eat even a single meal of resident seafood from the Duwamish River. And the 4 most impacted, that's the Honduran in me. I forget how to pronounce some of the words. But yeah, you get the idea. But the 4 most impacted communities, human communities, are actually low income, recent immigrants, like myself from Honduras, subsistence fishermen, and tribal nations that actually have fishing treaty rights on the Duwamish River. But not everything's bad news. Since it's a Superfund site, it's federally mandated that it needs to get cleaned. And, that looks a little bit weird. But the remedial action objectives for the cleanup of a Superfund site are these 4. It has to protect, the cleanup of a Superfund site needs to protect the health of people who eat seafood. It needs to protect the health of people who have contact with the sediments, because the sediments are the most polluted, are the polluted part of a Superfund site. Protect the health of fish and wildlife, and protect the health of the benthic community. Unfortunately, the alternative that EPA will be proposing to us for the cleanup is not going to protect, or it will not protect the health of the people that eat seafood from the Duwamish River. So the fate of Seattle's only river is in your hands, and you can do something about it. And since I'm preaching to the choir, yes, I can say, I can ask you guys to stay involved. We, DRCC, will be working with EPA, and we're going to be hosting different public hearings and meetings after the cleanup. The plan is released on mid-January, and every single comment counts, and you will make the difference. So thank you so much for your time. I'm going to be in the back on the table, and I have more information, and I can tell you more about how you can get involved and make a difference, because it's coming up really soon.
Thank you very much, Alberto.